Episode of The Breakdown. I'm Mike.
And I'm Austin. Daniel Jones? Are you serious right now? They drafted Daniel Jones with the 6th pick.
Damian Lillard is a top 5 player in the NBA right now. What's going on, guys? I'm Mike.
And I'm Austin. Welcome to this week's episode of The Breakdown. Coming off a great 2019 NFL draft. Had some great picks. Last week we did our mock drafts. This week we're going to all about the fallout. Yeah, I know. I'm shaking my head too on the inside.
My mock draft was terrible. I got 3 picks right.
I got 1.
That was so unpredictable.
Yeah,
draft.
very unpredictable draft.
Unpredictable.
One of the most unpredictable drafts in I think, recent history.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
So that's what we want to talk about first. We want to give you guys kind of like a fallout from the draft, what we think some good teams did, what we think some good picks were, some bad picks. So we're going to start off with our value pick. This is a pick that we think a team got the best value, where that player was selected. So I'm going to start off with you, Mike. I'm going to ask you, who do you think was the biggest value pick in this draft?
For me, I feel it's DK Metcalf. I know a lot of people are talking about how the dude could be a first-round pick, and Seattle got him in the second round with a 32nd pick. And coming out the next day after the draft, it comes out that Doug Baldwin's considered retirement. So now that pick is looking even better because you're like, our number one receiver is considered retirement. Well, what better replacement than a guy like DK Metcalf? Big guy, strong guy, could be a great red zone threat for them.
Yeah, I think maybe they had some inside knowledge that Doug Baldwin was going to retire.
I think so.
And that's why they went receiver, and they didn't have to reach for him either. I saw a lot of mock drafts. I think was it maybe your mock draft or Matt's mock draft? Somebody had DK in the first. Was it me?
It was you.
I had him in the first round, so it was for them it was a steal, definitely a steal. I like the thing. It was a good value pick. There's also I want to talk about some other names too. Like I think Ed Oliver's a good value pick. For the Green Bay,
top 5
for the
talent.
Green Bay Packers, for the Buffalo Bills. I think he was a great player for them. Like you said, top 5 talent. Him falling to where they picked was tremendous for them to get him. He helps their D-line tremendously, especially with Kyle Williams retiring. I think he's going to do great things in Buffalo.
Anytime you get a good young talent guy like that, I mean, that's immediately going to boost your defense.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's not my value pick actually, but I just wanted to mention that his
name. Mention that name.
Yeah. So my value pick is Greedy Williams out of LSU, cornerback. He went to the Cleveland Browns. Look, it was a second-round pick. This guy could have went. He has top 5 talent. In my opinion, he was the best cornerback in college football last year. I think he's the best cornerback in this draft. You look at their team, Odell, with the acquisition of Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, wide receiver. You got Baker Mayfield, Kareem Hunt. He has some issues that he needs to do. Denzel Ward on defense. So I was ready to go to defense. So you got Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett. Look, this team is loaded tremendously, and if you add Greedy Williams to that defense, that instantly puts them a little step further, and maybe they can compete for an AFC Championship next year with the talent they have. It's not something that would surprise me.
On paper, they do have a lot of talent. Like to say that they'll be competing for an AFC Championship game, that's
on paper though.
On paper, yes. Especially on offense. On paper, they probably have the best offense.
Yes.
On paper,
you got look. We didn't mention Nick Chubb. I mean, Nick Chubb came into his own last year at running back, really played well for them.
He's a good starter because Kareem Hunt's 8-game suspension.
Right.
So Nick Chubb, even when Kareem Hunt gets back, I still feel Nick Chubb's going to be the main guy.
He's going to be the main guy. He's more of a power back, more of a complete back. Looking forward to seeing what Baker Mayfield could do in that offense another year.
See if he can take the next step, especially with adding another star. He already had Jarvis last year, add another star receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely Greedy Williams for me. Look. The kid can play. I don't know what the issue was, him falling so much. I had him going to the Falcons in my mock draft. I thought they needed a cornerback. I thought he was going to be a good spot for him. A number of other teams needed a cornerback. Green Bay did. They passed on him. I think Baltimore was another team that could use a cornerback. Pittsburgh could use a cornerback. They all passed. Look, I just think that when it's all said and done, he is a player that has a chip on his shoulder already. That's why he gets the name Greedy, because he's greedy. So I think, look, him being drafted in the second round, I think it's a big mistake by the NFL.
Especially with the Browns, he's going to be hungry because the Browns are on the ups right now.
And look at the attitudes on that team. Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, that's a lot of confidence. Baker Mayfield, a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence on that team. You add Greedy Williams to that mix, they're going to be a team flying high this year with emotions and confidence.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. So going on, we were just talking about value pick. Now I want to ask you, what do you think was the worst pick in this year's draft?
Dude, I think everybody knows what I'm about to say, and you know what I'm about to say.
I have a good feeling.
The New York Giants drafted Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones? Are you kidding me? They drafted Daniel Jones with the 6th overall pick?
They did. It happened.
Are you... Dude.
It happened.
I'm just... Stats. Let me give you stats. This team needs a quarterback badly. Eli Manning is declining. This might be... I think this will be his last year as a quarterback. How do you not draft Dwayne Haskins? Dwayne Haskins, Ohio State, 50 touchdown passes, 4,800 passing yards, 70% completion percentage last season in a Power 5 conference at the Big Ten at Ohio State. They play Michigan, they play Wisconsin, they play the big boys, Penn State. And you drafted Daniel Jones out of Duke? Not basketball player, not basketball, a football player, quarterback out of Duke. Stats real quick. Riddle me this. 60% completion percentage for his career. 2,600 yards last year. 6.4 yards per attempt. I want to point that out too. This guy's throwing the ball 6 yards per attempt and only getting 60% completion percentage. Are you kidding me? Dwayne Haskins, 9 yards per attempt. He completed 70% passes down the field. Down the field! This dude's throwing it 6 yards and can't complete a pass. It's ridiculous. 9 interceptions. Haskins has 9 interceptions in his career. You drafted Daniel Jones?
They did. It happened.
Unbelievable. I'm going to throw Cleveland Farrell in there, too. Cleveland Farrell, that
was a reach. But he's super talented. At least Farrell's talented.
Yes, he is talented. I give him that.
I think he has a good chance to back up being the 4th overall pick, based on the fact that he went to Clemson and he put up double-digit sacks year after year. But Daniel Jones, yeah. If they really wanted Daniel Jones, they could have got him at 17.
Yes.
Without a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. If you guys really loved him, you could have got him at 17. I mean, there was a talent. Josh Allen was there. You need a pass rusher on defense.
Ed Oliver's there.
Yes, and you passed on both of them.
They need offensive line help. They did not draft an offensive lineman in this draft. Eli Manning at quarterback last year got hit more times than Kareem Hunt's son. Okay? That is a big deal.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's
Tyreek Hill's son, sorry. Damn, it got me all frustrated. Tyreek Hill's son. He got hit more times than Tyreek Hill's son last year. That is ridiculous. Jawan Taylor's still there. Cody Ford's still there. They got drafted in the second round. Andre Dillard, Jonah Williams, Ed Oliver, Josh Allen, and you draft Daniel Jones. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I absolutely agree 100%. The Daniel Jones pick at 6 was ridiculous. Because the numbers, I mean, Dwayne Haskins, I feel without a doubt, was the top quarterback in this year's draft. And he wasn't the first quarterback taken. That's why he was so upset. I think he loves to be a Redskin. Talking about Haskins, but yeah, Daniel Jones, like that,
dude,
ridiculous.
Dude, here's another point I want to make too. Look, Daniel Jones is going to back up Eli this year? He's a project at best. He's a project at best. He's going to back up Eli Manning this year. So you know what that means? The Giants are still going to be trash. They're going to be picking exactly where they picked this year, if not lower. Like they're going to be picking in the top 5.
You got to think the quarterbacks next year.
Tua, Justin Hebert, Jake Fromm.
Like,
dude,
I would take any 3 of those over Daniel Jones.
That's the point.
I would wait a year for those.
That's the point I'm trying to make. If Daniel Jones doesn't make you a better football team, if he doesn't add wins to your team this year, what is the point of drafting him? Is he better than Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Hebert, and Jake Fromm? Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
He's not.
This quarterback draft was weak. I would have been perfectly fine if they did not take a quarterback at 6. If they go Josh Allen, tremendous. They might win the draft because Josh Allen.
This is another point I want to go back. Talk about now. This is going back to last year when they could have took a quarterback.
Yeah,
I would rather take Baker or Sam Darnold.
Passed on Sam
Darnold. I granted Baker they would have had to trade up.
Look, Saquon was a good player though.
Saquon was good. See, I'm not. But hey, I'm not taking away from Saquon. Saquon right now is one of the best running backs in the league. But I mean, I would rather them two than Daniel Jones.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They're gonna look like they're gonna be the Arizona Cardinals next year. And you know what the problem is? The Cardinals had a quarterback that was talented in Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen would have been the first pick this year in the draft. Do you agree with that statement?
I would say that from a talent standpoint. I mean, just from project. I've always said I liked Rosen. He didn't really have a real chance. His O-line was terrible.
And I think because of he struggled last year, he's another guy that got hit more times than Tyreek Hill's son. But that's another argument. But he's a talented player, and I think the reason why they traded him and got Kyler Murray was because of the way he played last year. He didn't play well, but if he's coming out of college, what he did at UCLA, I think he's the one picked this year in the draft. I think that's a fair statement.
I think with the situation, Cliff would have still took Kyler Murray just because he feels Kyler fits their system. Now, I'm not saying Kyler's better quarterback than Rosen, but from a system standpoint, I still think Cliff would have taken.
That's a good point. But if another team was there, maybe I think Rosen. He would have been.
If Cliff Kingsbury is not the head coach of the Cardinals, yes.
Rosen, let me rephrase that statement. Josh Rosen would have been number 1 on everybody's big board.
Yes.
He would have been the number one quarterback.
Yes.
So therefore, my point is that the Giants next year are going to be the Arizona Cardinals this year. They're going to have Daniel Jones sitting at backup, and they're going to have like a top 5 pick. You have Tua Tagovailoa, you have Justin Herbert on the board, and they're going to be forced to take one of those guys. And guess what? You're not going to be able to trade Daniel Jones for a second-round pick.
No.
That ain't happening, Captain.
7th round pick.
Yes.
If that.
We got to move on because
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah, that was a bad pick. Super bad pick.
All right, moving on to team drafts now.
So positive.
Yeah, positive statements now. Moving on to team drafts, we want to talk about the teams that won the draft and the teams that lost the draft. So I'm going to start off with the team that won the draft. And who's the team that you think did really well and won this year's draft?
Oh, Redskins.
I
For me,
agree.
it's hands down. Because if anybody that watched it last week in my mock draft, you saw I had the Redskins trade up to get Haskins. Well, guess what? They didn't have to trade up. Haskins fell to them at 15. So you get the quarterback you want. And that's not even the best part. Montez Sweat, who I had in my mock going in the top 15, actually I think I had him going 8. No, I had him going 9. Fell to 27. And the Redskins were able to trade back into the first round, get him. So boom, Preston Smith just left for Green Bay. Redskins weren't even free agency. Boom, replacement, Montez Sweat, just like that.
Yeah.
Oh, let me add the fact they added Bryce Love in the 4th round too, who was a Heisman candidate at Stanford for running back. And Redskins already have some good running backs. Like Geis, you didn't really see him last year because he tore his ACL preseason. So now you have Geis and Bryce Love, maybe 2 cornerstone running backs, have a nice 1-2 punch for the next 5 years at least for Washington. So I feel you got the quarterback of the future. You have a really good pass rusher, Montez Sweat, and you had another dynamic running back with Bryce Love. So for me, it's hands down the Redskins won this draft.
Yeah, I agree with that. They were definitely a team that I was thinking about winning the draft. I thought their first round pick when they got Haskins, I was just like, wow. They did not. I also had him moving up. By the way, if you watched last week's show, on my mock draft, I also had them moving up to 5 and drafting Haskins. So look, they get Haskins at 15, definitely a big time value pick. They got the guy they wanted the whole time, and they didn't have to do nothing.
Oh, they didn't
They
do
sat
nothing.
back
They
and
didn't
watched
say
the
they were gonna
Giants
trade up.
crash and burn and draft Daniel Jones, and they said, "Come on, Dwayne, we want you in Washington." And that's what
Because
happened.
pretty much after the Giants took Dan Jones, there was really nobody. The only team that might, like, there was maybe a small chance was the Bengals, but I think
And you
everybody.
Yeah.
I think they're still committed to Andy Dalton for at least a little bit longer.
Yeah. So definitely Washington with Dwayne Haskins. I also like Montez Sweat. Definitely a big fan of his. I think he's going to be one of the best pass rushers. I think last week I called him the best pass rusher when it's all said and
You
done.
know, actually, I had Montez Sweat going 6 to the Giants in my mock draft.
True. So a team that I want to talk about, a team that I think won the draft, Oakland Raiders. That look, 3 first-round picks.
You were just ripping the
I know.
4th
Look,
pick.
I don't think Cleveland Farrell's a good pick at 4. I think he's
not a good player. I was supposed to be like.
No, he's a good player. He's definitely a good player. That's why I'm covering up, because I think it was a bad pick at 4, but he is a good player. And I think Cleveland Farrell has a lot of potential, and maybe that's the guy that they loved and they wanted. There's my pen. Look, I think that's the guy that they loved and they wanted, and look, they got the guy that they wanted. So definitely, I think he's going to be a good potential pick. Josh Jacobs, they drafted in the 1st round, running back out of Alabama. I think that's a good pick. I think he's one of the most talented backs in the draft. If not the most talented draft running back in the draft. Then you get Jonathan Abram from Mississippi State, hard-hitting safety, major playmaker in the secondary. I think he's going to do great things. Him and the guy from West Virginia from a couple of years, Carl Joseph, they're going to be a hitting machine. They're going to be knocking down helmets next year with the Oakland Raiders, and I think that's going to be a huge pick for them. Also, another pick just going down the draft board. You got Isaiah Johnson out of Houston. He's a good cornerback. Another cornerback, Trayvon Mullen out of Clemson. And then Hunter Renfrow, a wide receiver out of Clemson, who was one of the best wide receivers in the country last year. They got him in the 5th round, I believe. So look, that is a big-time value pick. He's a good slot receiver. I like the comparison, Wes Welker. I think he's going to do great things. And look, a trend that I noticed from them, 3 Clemson guys. What has Clemson done the last 3 or 4 years? They've won.
Just win, baby, win.
Yes, they've won national championships. They've been in the college football playoff, and they've competed and lost to Alabama in the national championship game. These kids know how to play. They know how to play at an elite level, and they bring a winning attitude to the Oakland Raiders franchise.
Drafted.
Yes,
so many
exactly.
Of them were drafted.
So exactly. So you're bringing a mentality, you're bringing a culture to the Oakland Raiders, and I think that's going to help the locker room. Maybe not from an on the field standpoint, but it's definitely going to help leadership in the locker room. These guys know how to play, they know how to win. And I also want to throw out Foster Moreau, go Tigers, baby. He was drafted by the Raiders as well, tight end at LSU.
Yeah, I really like the Raiders pick, and then I know when it comes to the Josh Jacobs pick, that pick's perfect because you figure Marshawn Lynch is retired, and I know we've had the conversation. I felt if Josh Jacobs would have stayed another year at Alabama, I thought he would have been a Heisman candidate next year.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like towards the end of Alabama's season, you could see this dude was a man amongst boys last year towards the end of the college football season. So I feel that's a great pick. The Farrell pick, I like Farrell, like I was saying earlier in the show, but I do think they reached for him.
Yeah,
If they felt he was their guy, they could have traded a little bit back and got more picks.
I like him in the 15 to 20 range.
Yeah, and like I said, the safety at Mississippi State, another hard-hitting guy. That's a good pick, especially for a late first-round pick. I think he'll be good. I really love the Mullen pick, cornerback out of Clemson. I think he'd be a starter this year for them at corner. I think he's gonna be really good.
I can see it.
But another team, like I said, I already feel the Redskins won the draft, but a couple teams I want to throw out, and the reason I want to throw them out is because I had them with their picks that I had them taken in the first round. They actually got them in the second round. The Jaguars, I feel, got a steal with Josh Allen at 7. The fact that he fell to them was insane. And so I had Juwan Taylor going there in my
Me too.
first round. And
We
what
all
happened?
did, and
You figure, all right, well maybe the Bengals will take him. Nope. And another team will take him. Nope. He fell to the second round to the Jaguars. So the Jaguars got Josh Allen, basically a guy that could replace Campbell in the end eventually.
Let me just point
and they
out
still
too,
got their guy.
It wasn't just all 3 of our mock drafts that had him going.
It was pretty much.
It was everybody's
most
mock draft.
Yeah, it was most people.
They got him in the second.
And it's just like Cody Ford's another one. A lot of people had the Bills taking Cody Ford to guard out Oklahoma, going to 9.
Second round.
He fell to the second round to the Bills. So another team that I had the Bills taking in the first round. He still went to them.
So while we're on this topic of guys taking guys that we had in the first round, let's just go with Denver. Drew Lock got
Drew Lock fell to them in the second round. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, that was it. Oh man, they got the quarterback. That's a perfect situation. You want to know why? Because Drew Lock can sit a year behind Flacco, and they can groom him, and then he can take over the
when
job.
Flacco's contract is up, Drew Lock's the quarterback.
No
Hopefully,
doubt.
that's
without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, kind of moving on after that was some great draft talk, but I want to really get into is the NBA playoffs, man. Especially when we're getting down to crunch time. Who you liking so far out of the bunch?
Well, look, this obviously the Warriors, the East, the Celtics, Bucks, Raptors. Those are all teams that that I like, and I think that they've pretty much answered what we said about them all season. But a team that I want to point out and I want to talk about is the Portland Trailblazers. Man, look, what New Orleans did to them last year was embarrassing for them, and they come back this year. Damian Lillard playing like a guy, on another level. He's had one of the best playoff runs that I've seen so far in a long time. I think, look, he single-handedly carried them against OKC in the first round. He shut down Russell Westbrook, perennial All-Star, MVP, top 5 player in the league, arguably. He shut him down defensively and then went back and gave him the business on the offensive end. He's shooting the ball lights out. I just had to bring them up, man. I like them a lot.
What I want to say is, I know you kind of mentioned it. I'm gonna say it. Damian Lillard is a top 5 player in the NBA right now. The dude's balling out. I mean, look, the dude's unstoppable, and he shut Russell Westbrook down in that first round. It's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I think they're going to beat the Nuggets, but I do think they're going to fall short of the Warriors. I mean, the Warriors just. Kevin Durant. Now, I said Damian Lillard is the top 5 player. Well, Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA right now. That's right. I said it. Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA right now. Just watch how he plays. Watch how he plays. It's hands down Kevin Durant is the best.
So do you think the winner of the Warriors-Rockets series is going to go to the finals?
Yes,
I think so too.
yes,
I also agree. I think Portland beats Denver, and then Golden State beats Houston in 6.
So, yeah, I agree. So, what about the East? Who do you like in the East?
I like the Bucks originally. I thought the Bucks were going to be great this year. I had them going to the finals, so I'm going to stick with that. With the Celtics, they're really scaring me, and they're playing the Bucks really tough. And I think after watching Game 1, I think the Celtics might be enough. But I'm still going to stick with the Bucks, but I think the Celtics.
Well, I don't have time. I'm going to stick with the Bucks as well. I feel they're going to figure it out, and they're going to find a way to get there.
Yeah.
So, moving on, our fan question for the day. Did the Falcons fulfill all their needs in the 2019 NFL Draft?
Can I ask you a question? Who is Chris Lindstrom?
I'm not going to lie. If you would have asked me Thursday night how I felt about the draft, I probably wouldn't have given you a great answer.
For people that aren't Falcons fans, I enjoy listening to the story of what y'all did on draft night. If you could tell the crowd.
So we drafted a guard with the 14th pick, who we probably could have traded back and still got. And then we traded up for the 31st pick and drafted somebody we also could have waited and got. But I will say this, though.
There's always
Matt Ryan, he won't be on the ground this year. I feel like...
You don't think so?
I mean, last year, Matt Ryan, got sacked a lot. A lot. So when after the next day afterwards, after I really thought about it, we really needed the help because our right side of our offensive line last year was atrocious. The only two guys that were safe was Jake Matthews at left tackle and Alex Mack at center. There's only 4 short guys that were every game showed up. Everybody else was just, you were just praying like, please, just give Matt Ryan 2 seconds, just please. So looking at it now, I feel they were really good picks, and I expect the offensive line this year to be back to what it was when we went to the Super Bowl, being one of the top 5 offensive lines in the NFL. And another pick I like is the cornerback out of Ohio State that we drafted with Kendall Sheffield. I think he's in a situation where he's not going to start right away, where we have Desmond Trufant, Isaiah Oliver, and you have KZ going to be playing in the nickel. So I feel it's a perfect situation. He can sit, learn, be part of that brotherhood. And, I'm excited for the Falcons to go to the Super Bowl this
I'm
year.
excited too. You know why? Let me tell you why. Because Cam Jordan is licking his chops, waiting for a big old rookie number, Chris Linsworth, across from him. He is going to...
It's Lindstrom.
Lindstrom, whatever. Okay, excuse me. Didn't get the
And
guy's
Caleb
name
and
right.
Gary. Remember the names.
Yeah, remember the names as Bus.
All right.
Remember the names.
Well, that's all for today, guys. We hope you all enjoy the show.
Tune in
See
next
you
week.
next week.
Tune in next week.